What's going on, guys? This is Miasin, and we just got a new archetype announced for Dark... No, hold on. What is this? DBW? I don't even know, and I don't even care. But anyways, they're kind of similar to Mech Knight monsters in a way because they rely on columns and stuff like that. But in another way, they're completely different to Mech Knights. And who knows, they might be the next top-tier deck. So yeah, anyways, before we get into reviewing all these new cards, make sure you like and subscribe. I really appreciate you. And now let's get right into it. So the first one is Vanquish Soul vs Raven, level 4 Fire Warrior. Oh, Infernoble maybe? You can only use the first and second effect of this card's must return, and you cannot activate them in the same chain. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one non-warrior Vanquish Soul monster from your deck to your hand. That is always good. We will always take that. Second effect, quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand to activate one of these effects. So only a fire, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. Kind of irrelevant. Fire and Dark destroy all other monsters in this card column. So that's kind of what I meant when I said that, you know, it benefits off of the column placement, but it doesn't rely on cards being in your opponent's, like, you know, same column when you want to try to summon them. Vanquish Soul vs Panthera, Earth Beast Warrior. So far we have a card searchable by Rhoda and by Tenki. Not too bad. You can only use the first and second effect. Okay, so it's the exact same restriction. If you control no monsters in the main monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it's basically a Photon Thrasher, but you can still summon this when you control a Link monster. Keep that in mind because this is extremely relevant. Anyways, quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand in order to activate one of these effects. So Earth Monster, this card cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Earth and Fire destroy all spells and traps in this card column. So far we have a way to destroy monsters without targeting and a way to destroy spells and traps without targeting. Going second, this looks pretty nice because you kind of always have control over the column placement since your opponent's monsters are already committed to a certain zone, whereas going first is a little less good, but there might still be a way in which you can trap your opponent. So if you control, let's say, a Link monster, then you can summon, let's say, this one in the other column that is the EMZ zone, so that when your opponent summons a Link, you can destroy it right away. Or something like that, whatever. So, you know, it's pretty interesting. And this, at least you can easily destroy Pendulum Scales, because they're always in column, column 1 and 5. Anyways, Vanquish Soul vs Heavy Borger, Dark Machine, level 7, 25-15, and again, same restriction and activation requirement. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one non-machine Vanquish Soul monster you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. This looks like a UA effect. Is it? Yeah, Ultra Athlete. Anyways, you can, quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand. Again, activate one of these effects. So Dark Monster, draw one card. That's really good. That is really, really good. But not a lot of Dark Monsters. Like, this is Fire, this is Earth. They all have different attributes and different types. Interesting. So they lose big time to Gozen and Rivalry, but not there can only be one. Anyways, the other effect is Earth and Fire. Inflict 1500 damage to your opponent. No, this means that the deck has a win condition and time. This is more relevant than you think, so if they go first, then they can cheese you on game 3. Anyways, Vanquish Soul vs Dr. Madlove, what the hell? Dark Fiend, level 4, 12, and 2k defense, Fat Booty Boy, again, same restriction. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one Vanquish Soul spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Wow, we got a starter for monsters and spells and traps, that's actually really nice. Quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand to activate one of these effects. So Dark Monster, face a monster upon controls, loses 500 attack and defense, that's really weak. Dark and Earth, return one face of monster on the field with the lowest defense to the hand, your choice if tied. That's actually amazing, that's extremely good. First of all, it doesn't target, it doesn't destroy, and this time it has nothing to do with the column placement. So there is really no way for your opponent to play around this unless he summons monsters with gigantic defense. But this has 2000 defense, so you know, you're going to be able to bounce back quite a bunch of monsters. Except against Kashtira, I don't think this is going to be really good, but by the time we get this, Kashtira is probably going to be dead, so, you know. Anyways, Vanquish Soul vs Pluton HG. What the hell are these names? They kind of look like mutant monsters in a way, kind of. Well, at least the names. Anyways, Fire Zombie, you can only use blah, blah, blah. During your opponent's turns, if you can, if you control no monsters in the main monster zone, or all monsters you control in the main monster zones are Vanquish Soul monsters. Quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, it's a weak boy though. Quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand to activate one of these effects. So this card, well, Fire, this card gains 3k defense until the end of the turn. Or Dark and Earth, this card gains 3000 attack until the end of this turn. A little underwhelming because you can only summon this on your opponent's turn. So actually, if you go first, this card just does nothing in your hand until, like, you know, turn 2. And even then, it doesn't, like, interrupt your opponent or anything. So I actually really despise this card. I don't think it's good. Alright, Vanquish Soul vs Kaiser Various, Earth Dragon, level 8, 3k, and then 1500 defense. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one non-dragon vanquishing soul monster you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from the hand. So it's the exact same summoning mechanic as the Machine Boy. So again, very similar to UA monsters. You're always getting back something too, like you can bounce back your Stratos and then just every single turn you always have like something to normal summon so that you can search something. Anyways, quick effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand to activate one of these effects. So Earth Monster, this card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. This is ridiculous because it has 3000 attack. Oh my god. Yeah, good luck getting rid of this. Earth, Fire, and Dark destroy one other card on the field. Again, doesn't target, and it doesn't care about the column placement. I like this, but this is very difficult to trigger. Like, you need 3 different attribute monsters. I don't know about that, but only Earth Monster for it to become unaffected by card effect is incredible. So that's actually really freaking interesting. And all of them are quick effects on your own turn and on your opponent's turn. That is just incredible. Oh, yeah, you know what? I really like that. I really do believe that there can be some nice potential for this deck already, and that's not even like full, like the whole archetype yet. All right, let's proceed. So now we have Rock of Vanquisher. Vanquisher? Oh, so it's not even Vanisher, it's Vanquisher. Oh my god, I misread since like this is the freaking the very start. Anyways, Dark Rock. Link 1! Let's go. This is exactly what we need. Vanquish Soul Monster. Only 1. You cannot be used as a link material. That's fine. You can only use the second effect of disguise once per turn. While you control a Vanquish Soul Monster, your opponent can only target your monster with the highest attack for attacks. Okay, so this, even though it has 0 attack, it's pretty much never going to be like ran over. During the main phase quick effect, you can activate one of these effects. So either special summon any Vanquish Soul Monster from your hand. Alright, not too bad. Or recycle back a Vanquish Soul Monster from your grave to your hand. Again, a Link 1 that just requires any monster. That is incredible. That is really, really good. So, yeah, like you can play 3 of them and just have a bunch of recursion. That's just crazy. Definitely a big fan of this card. And again, you can also recycle back on your opponent's turn. This is nuts. Like just one single monster can just probably do so much now. And, oh my god. I can already imagine crazy combos in my head. Like, this is nasty. You know, I don't think you're going to be summoning a lot of non-Vanquish Soul monsters in this deck. So, it's kind of archetype locked in a way. It's xenophobic. It doesn't like to be mixed with other things. Anyways, Vanquish Soul Dust Devil, quick play spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's once per turn. Target 1 Vanquish Soul monster you control, change its battle position. Then you can change face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down defense. Oh, I've heard Book of Eclipse was a pretty good card. Up to the number of Vanquish Soul monsters you control with different names. It's a quick play, so you can draw 2, and it's not bad because you can use 1 on your turn, 1 on your opponent's turn. That's actually really nice, so I'm a big fan. I think this card is really good. Even though it's once per turn, it's not the end of the world. Vanquish Soul Continue. Quick play spell again. Oh my god, not bad, not bad. You can only activate 1 card with this card's once per turn. Pay 500 life points. Okay, wow, something that actually makes you lose in time. Then target 1 Vanquish Soul monster in your grave. Either add it to your hand or special summon it in your in defense, so you can't revive back the Link monster. But it doesn't negate the effect of whichever monster you revive, so that's actually incredible. And again, drawing multiples is not the end of the world. I'm a big fan, and you have the option of either recycling, putting it in your hand if you just want like more names to trigger like your second effects of all your big boys. So that's actually really freaking cool. I'm definitely a big fan. And another thing is that since you're reviving back a monster on your opponent's turn, you choose the column, so you can summon something like one of these 2 guys in the same column as whatever card your opponent put, and then you can destroy it right away. So that's actually really neat. Being able to just always have a lot of versatility like that in your spells and traps is always something that any archetype can appreciate. So far, I don't really have anything bad to say outside of, the zombie monster. I think it's really weak. But apart from that, pretty much every card right here definitely has like a reason to like be played in the deck. Anyways, Vanquish Soul Trinity Burst. You can only activate 1 card with this card's once per turn, so that's a trap card, normal trap. Target 1 Vanquish Soul monster you control, special summon up to 2 Vanquish Soul monsters from your hand with different names from each other and different original attributes from the targeted monsters, but their effects are negated. Also return them to the hand during the end phase. Then you can return all opponent's cards in the targets and the summon monsters column to the hand. So if it wasn't for this effect, this card would have been really bad, like really, really bad. But this, I mean, like this is the reason why this card is good, honestly. Like the rest, like summoning monsters from the hand, but their effects get negated is so bad. It just generates you 0 advantage. but they get returned back to the hand during the end phase, so that's really cool because at least you're not going to be negging too much, but this is like the final action that you're supposed to, you know, perform, because otherwise if you get like Regeki'd, then you go like a -2 from the hand. So you really don't want to do this like too early. You really want to do this on like your opponent's end phase maybe, and you only play one because drawing multiples is really bricky. If you go second, you draw this, it does nothing usually. And, you know, if you draw multiples going first, it's also pretty bad. But yeah, still a pretty decent card. And now we've got the final card, Vanquish Soul Calamity Kaiser. You can only activate one card with this card's aim per turn, and it's a counter trap card. So even if it wasn't once per turn, you probably still would be playing one. When your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or monster effect that targets a card or cards you control, and you control a Vanquish Soul monster, negate the activation. And if you do destroy that card, then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of one Vanquish Soul monster you control. This card is complete garbage. If it was like an Infernity Barrier-esque card that could negate any spell, trap, card, or monster effect, it would have been broken, but it doesn't. It only negates something that would target one of your cards while you control a Vanquish Soul. It's really specific, and it's actually really bad as well. So I completely despise this card. I really don't think it's going to be played whatsoever. This is going to be played as a 1 of, probably 3 of. 2 to 3 of, maybe. 3 of for sure. I don't know. This is a, you know, a boss monster, but you can still play like multiple copies of this card because it's easy to summon. And then this, I don't like it either. This is decent, but not great. This is alright. Actually, this is really good because drawing a card is really nice. I don't know if playing Prosperity is going to be worth it, though. You might want to play a lot of hand traps because you can draw into hand traps on your opponent's turn. Again, it's a quick effect, so even on your opponent's turn, you can draw cards. And you can burn for damage on your opponent's turn as well, which is BS, but it is what it is. I guess if you can never attack, then that's one of the win conditions that your deck has. Just like burn 15, and then burn 15, and then burn 15 again. So it takes like 3 full turns of burning 3k, 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 and then you just win the game without even like ever attacking. So maybe there might be a world in which this deck could be played as a stun build where you don't even try to do anything. You really just sit on this guy and you burn, or I don't know, you just try to control the game, draw cards, destroy cards, and control the tempo. So this could be played as a control deck, a mid-range deck, a combo deck. I have no idea, but just by reading the cards, I can 100% see the potential. And the fact that there's a Link 1, usually that's always like a big sign of Konami wants this deck to succeed. Like Link 1s are, mechanically speaking, some of the best Link monsters you'll ever find in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they can turn any monster into something that does something for you. Traptrick Sarah being a great example of an incredible Link 1, and even the Magical Musketeer monster is a crazy Link 1. It does so much. It turns every single one of your monsters into something that could make you go like +5. It's crazy, and this card's really nice as well, being able to get you advantage on your turn and on your opponent's turn. And then this is the recurrent theme of this archetype, like the fact that you're always doing like 2 things with one single card. I absolutely love it, and it already has multiple Stratoses. So I have a lot of extremely positive things to say about this archetype. I'm really excited to see it in the OCG and then in the TCG. I think it's probably going to be doing well in the OCG, and there might be like a genius that's going to break this completely in the OCG. Maybe Jesse is going to figure out like a way to make this explode. But yeah, so far so good. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.